Hello there. This is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Say no to transactional relationships. Say no to them. Look, y'all, look. And this is a big issue because no matter what, there's always that thing about, looks versus game versus money and all of that. And okay, I can get the looks versus game thing, even though shout out Mr. Lucario, he say looks are part of the game, which he is correct. But money, too many dudes are thinking, trying to lean on their money to get a woman. And they'll say, well, you got to spend at some point. Okay, how is it that you got some bum dudes out here ain't spending no money on anything and they getting women? And in fact, the women are handing them money. So if it's possible for them, that means it's possible for everybody. But it's all in the mindset. See, unfortunately, a lot of men have been raised to be tricks. And not necessarily paying for prostitutes, but to spend their money to impress a woman. But you gotta say no to that, because it's never a good thing. Because you have a lot of sexless marriages, but if you look at it, what's the man bringing to the table? Money. He providing the resources, all of that. Usually for a woman, she might be from a poor background, or a woman, she could be from a regular middle class background. She just doesn't want to work. And also part of that could be the status and everything. And it happens a lot out there. And on the surface, it works well. Hey, let's just be real. It works well on the surface. The woman to go out, she'll hang out with you. She go out dancing or something. And I talked about that on my Patreon. Go dancing or something. She'll dance with you. She'll let you spend all that money. Yeah. But then all of a sudden she get a headache when you're trying to take it further. Or one thing they'll do, they'll make you wait that 90-day thing that Steve Harvey talked about. They'll make you wait 90 days, maybe far, when they be like, they for that money. You say, well, when you gonna give me something? The woman be like, she's like, because it ain't about you. She ain't into you. See, understand something. If a woman want to have sex with a man, she really into him. All he has to do is be present. That's it. He don't have to spend one penny on her. Present, because she's turned on by his presence, being around him. That's all she need. That's all she need. Now, when she can't find that man who she turned on by his presence, the next thing is, okay, let me see if I can milk this man for money. Let me see his resources. Let me get some gifts out of him and stuff. And unfortunately, that's what a lot of men focus on. But it's never a good thing. How many of these men have married that type of woman, and then after a while, she might or might not have a baby with him or something. Well, in some cases, yeah, she has the baby. We won't call names. But she might or might not, but she really want that money. And trust me, if they can get the money without having your baby or limiting the amount of sex, they're going to do it. But the issue is it's transactional, because it ain't real love or anything, or real compatibility. She's trading sex. She's trading her sex for your money. It's a sex trading relationship. It's an acculturated prostitution. And it happens a lot. And unfortunately, a lot of men settle for it and they think they're getting something. You ain't even getting the best sex from a woman if you're doing that. She's just giving you just enough. And trust me, oh yeah, and she probably is a pro actress at what you think of as an orgasm. Real quick, fellas, real quick. One way to know, you don't have to ask a woman if she had an orgasm, because an orgasm is really a spasm. It's an orgasm. A true orgasm lasts 0.8 of a second. Like a vaginal orgasm, you can tell right away. It's like clink. Just you got it. Really, it takes practice, but you got to feel some involuntary movement. That's the best way. A spasm, some. All right. But when she doing that, I'm like, it'll happen. Some women think you don't know better, and I was like, because I was with one woman like that and stuff. I don't have a problem admitting, hey, I ain't satisfied every single woman I've been with, because part of satisfaction is on them, but she doing all this. I'm like, And I've told women, I say, look, don't fake it, because I'm going to keep doing the same shit. It's better you don't respond. Then I figure, okay, let me change up shit. All right? So, but a lot of women, they fake it. A lot of guys don't know that. But it's all about the money. Like, here's a test of it. Here's a short test of whether that woman's with you for a transaction. Tell her something happened, you don't have money to take her out. Or that, you saving money for something. Even if you have a lot of money, say, hey, look, you know what, when we go here, it don't cost enough, but I'm like saving some money for something. I'm going to invest in something. Basically, take money out the equation and see how she responds. Most won't want to deal with you at all. So you get rid of most of them right there. It's like that, like I personally known some dudes, like they had money like crazy. Like they would have but in two cars. They got the fancy late model car, but they'll go on dates in like their hoopty. They will go on dates in their hoopty just to test out the woman. And a lot of women will fail that test. I knew one dude, this dude lived in a mansion. This dude lived in a 17-room mansion. He go on a date in a dirty pickup. just to test. And I know some women get, man, why would he do that? Because he trying to, for the ladies listening, he trying to see where your character's at. Are you about what he got? Or are you about what he got? Or are you about him? And that's it. Now, most women that'll get rid of. Now, you get some smart women, some real players, because, some people think, oh, women don't have game. Please. You get smart women, especially some gold diggers, some true gold diggers. You do all that, they'll be cool. They won't show zero reaction because they thinking long term. They already checked you out as best as they could. And they thinking long term, especially with social media, they checking that out, everything. If they can peep what neighborhood you live in, everything. So they checking you out. So they smarter. So they'll go for it. They'll go for it. And they're a little bit tougher. They are a little bit tougher. In fact, some gold diggers, they'll spend money on you first, right? But they thinking long term. Now with them, it's tougher. The best way to figure out if they just there for the money is just start bringing up stuff that has nothing to do with money. And do it consistently. Do it consistently. It's unfortunate you have to do that. But you need to talk with her. It's like, don't ask her straight up. She ain't gonna tell you, oh, it's just about the money. But one, keep doing stuff. Keep doing stuff that doesn't require a lot of money. Talk with her. Get in subjects that have nothing to do with what you do for a living. Because that's one way women will give themselves. If they too much into what you do for a living and how much money you're making, yeah, pay attention to that. And see, here's the ultimate thing. A transactional relationship is based on a tool. Money's a tool. If a woman's dealing with you on that level, what happens if you have a real financial emergency? Or what happens if something happens and you could have a dear relative pass away or something. Is she gonna be there for that? What happens when, that fancy model car that you drove to the date anyway, even though I said not to, something happens to it? What happens you take that out? Because see, here's on the path to success. It's been said that the average millionaire will go bankrupt 3 times. And there's plenty of stories of celebrities who had a lot of money and then they fall on hard times. You want that type of woman going to ride with you. That's not a ride or die. You can't figure that out. Indeed, that's why a lot of men, they'll play real low key. Like they making their money and stuff. They want to know about the woman. See, you got to ask yourself that. And also too, pay attention to those situations where a woman in your past that rejected you blatantly, all of a sudden find out you making a lot of money and she come back into the picture. Talking about, I always thought you were cute. Pay attention to that. See, here's the thing. You don't want to base a relationship on like a tool. Money changes. You want to base a relationship on one primary thing, and not even like sex. Yeah, I know I talk about sex all the time. You need to be compatible with that person. Do you and that person click? That's the only thing. Any man, that's the ultimate thing, you know. Ultimately, do y'all click? Now I know I've said about her being in submission to your mission and her being a commercial to your main program. Even deeper is, do y'all click? Do y'all click personality wise? Would you as a man want to be around this woman or be friendly with this woman, but she's not having sex? And for the women, you know, I say the same thing. Do you click with that man personality wise? For the women, I got a few women to check out this channel. But as a man, you got to ask yourself like several things. You know, would this woman be cool with me if I was broke? I didn't have money. Just on a pure personality thing. And when I say that, I mean, yeah, reasonable, you should be making some money and stuff, but would she deal with you if you didn't? And indeed, a lot of women making it, you got women talking about, oh, he got to be 6 figures and all of that. She already telling that, first of all, that woman already telling you like, oh, you got to be up there because your ass could be at 90,000. And that's still more than most of the population. It's not common for people to, you know, like less than 25% of the population makes over 50,000. Let's just be real with it. But if a woman on that, and that's the first thing out of her mouth. First of all, if you meet a woman, first thing out of her mouth is what you do for a living and everything. Be like, okay, seriously, it's the first thing. And if she even when she bring it up, if it's not part of the flow of a natural conversation, at least pay attention. But say no to them. Because see, here's the problem with it. What happens when you really need that woman emotionally? You might be down or something. You really need her. Like I said, you might have a death in the family, you going through some tough or stressful time. You need that woman going to ride with you because of your personality, not because of how much money you get. All right? Because think about something. I want you to think about something. You making that money, you probably had to work hard. You probably had to work 60 hours a week. Shout out Kevin Samuels. You had to work hard for your resources and stuff. And you probably had to go through a lot of stress and everything. You know, you probably had to do all of this. You don't need a woman whose sole purpose there is to help divest you of that money and have it spent on her. Nah. Like, she need to be compatible. Also, you know what? I'm gonna stop saying like I'm gonna try to stop saying submission to the mission thing and the commercial. She need to be an asset. She needs to be an asset to you. What is she bringing to your life beyond sex? And that's how you need to look at her. What is she bringing beyond sex? Because look, sex is actually easy to get if you think about it. You know, you follow a little bit of what I'm telling you, you can always get sex. It's just a question of from who. And you can get it for free, just a question from who. But you need to say, is this woman an asset? Is she making my life better outside of the bedroom? Even if you got money and all of that, what's she bringing to the table? What's she bringing to your life? You know, because one thing about women who are looking for that money and everything, if you ask them what they bringing beyond, you can ask them directly, what you bringing beyond sex to this man? And if they can't really answer, because they can't say they're going to bring more money to this man. He already making money. And I'm serious. Men got to stand up for it, because I'm going to tell you what. A lot of women, they'll tell you how they milking some men and how they looking for it and everything. And whenever a woman get mad for what I'm saying, I'm just like, no. That's the one thing I can go through life and say. I say, nobody, not one woman has played me for money. Not one. Not one. Because as soon as they bring that up or they focus on it, Rom's like, can't deal with you. Can't deal with you. So, you know, you want that, as men, you want that ride or die. You want that asset. You want that woman who's bringing something to your life outside of the bedroom. You know, that's somebody who's coming to like empty your bank account. Keep that in mind, okay? So that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.